All right. So, welcome to English 911 online. All of you are in an English 1101 class as well. This class is here to serve as like a workshop or a supplement to 1101. 1101 is your degree level, your first degree level English course. And our data shows that students who take this class along with 1101 make A's more commonly make A's in the class than students who don't take this class. So it's not going to be run like a traditional class. A lot of it will be, I don't have a plan for like the next 6 weeks or the full semester. My plan will basically evolve as the semester goes based on the needs that I see from my students. A couple of minutes ago, I was asking you guys who your 1101 professor is. If you're taking whether you're taking an on-campus or online class, you should have already logged in or attended, or you will attend today or tomorrow, maybe even Saturday. Um, don't miss class. You know, whether it's online or on campus for sure, never miss class. But even if it's online, make sure you're checking at least every other day. You're checking Blackboard and checking your email every other day because we're pretty strict about deadlines. All right, so that's what this class is kind of about. So I'm going to open it up to you guys because our lesson one in this class is called Developing Ideas. I'll put that in the chat. Lesson one, Developing Ideas. But we're not going to really talk about that just yet. I'm also going to put a link to an article in the chat right now. If you can open that in another tab, that would be great. Is it coming through in the chat? Do you guys see the link?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I want you to open up that website in a different tab. We're not going to really go through the website, but can somebody tell me what they think it's about? I mean, you can see the title. Don't read me the title, but tell me what you think this article is about. There's no right or wrong answer here, guys. Just answer.
Telling you about ourselves or explaining who we are.
Okay. Have any of you guys, hi Edith, have any of you guys ever been asked this question in a job interview? Tell me about yourself.
Yes, it's like one of the first
Yeah.
questions I ask.
How did you answer it, Larisha?
I don't know. I always get nervous when I answer this question. I just
It
start
is a
saying,
tough
"Well,
one.
I'm sorry."
It's a tough one.
Yeah, it's like so. I just start off by saying, "Well, I'm very patient. I'm very kind, organized," and I just kind of think of words that best describes who I am.
Okay. Somebody else was going to say something. Somebody else said that they have been asked this question. I think it was Natalia, but I'm not sure. Have any of you guys
Yeah.
been asked this question? Yeah, tell us about how you answered it. Not just how you answered it, but how do you grade yourself or assess yourself on how you answered this question?
I basically go off my resume and then like um just throw a little bit more details. So I start off by like high school and what I accomplished and all that stuff.
So what do you think? You said you go by your resume, but then add some stuff. What do you think that they're looking for when you're adding this stuff?
Um, I think more details about like because you know on the resume you just put like a little bit of stuff, how much like you want to put in.
Okay. Um, can you give me an example?
Um, I think my last resume I put that I worked at Disneyland, and so
Did you
I
really?
talked, yeah,
Disneyland or Disney World?
Disneyland. So I lived in
Wow. Is it
California.
really as bad as people say?
No, it's amazing. I mean, I like it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Because I've read some really creepy stories.
Yeah, yeah, I know. No, it's actually really nice. It's good. It's a lot of
What did
friendly
you do
people.
there?
I used to work as a in Blue Bayou where the Pirates Caribbean. So I'll be in the kitchen and stuff, making the food and just organized everything in the kitchen.
Wow, sounds exciting.
Yeah, I was.
Um, in the chat, I just put a word. What is that word? Somebody just read me the word.
I don't see it. I'm trying to.
Oh no. In the
Is it
chat, do you guys?
audience?
Audience,
Oh,
yeah.
audience.
So
Okay,
I
yeah.
think, I'm not sure if Larisha or Natalia who just said this right now, but it was basically like, I start from my resume and then I add a little bit more, and I let them know that I'm patient, I let them know that I'm organized. Why are you telling them this? They're your audience, right? Why are you telling them this information? Anybody jump in and answer.
So they can, because they're asking about who we are. So we're telling them this because we are, explaining the type of person that we are or who we are. So
Okay,
that they can
good.
get to know us a little better.
Exactly. So they're your audience. An audience is something that we always want to keep a perspective of. We always want to be aware of who our audience is and what our audience understands and what they're looking for. So this was just a very quick exercise I wanted to share with you guys, because the I know I wrote developing ideas in the chat, but I haven't really talked about what that is yet. I wanted to just kind of give this as a little activity to kind of see what you guys, how you would answer this question. Can somebody tell me, what do you think it means to develop ideas? What is that concept? I wish I could give you like a math formula, like a squared plus b squared equals c squared, but there's not one that exists. Developing ideas is this giant concept that can be explained in lots of different ways, but I want to hear what you think. What do you think developing ideas is in the context of an English class? Anyone take a stab at it? I don't have a grade book out. I'm not grading you on your answer.
Brainstorming?
Okay, someone in my class said that yesterday. Okay, can you explain, Natalia?
I can't really explain because it's just like came to like it's just throwing ideas out there, or like get a main idea and then go off there.
Okay. Anybody else want to add anything to that? What does the concept of developing ideas mean in the context of an English class, of a writing, composition and writing class? Anybody?
I would think it's like something like telling stories or making up stories or something like that, or because I'm developing new ideas, so I'm developing a new story or a new something to do, or it's I kind of, the way that I look at it is like if I'm at work and they're like, well, come, guys, if you can come up with some new ideas, I know you said in the context of an English class, but I'm kind of, I don't know why this question is so hard for me.
That's an awesome response. I'm so happy. I don't know if you could see me clapping when you said that. Yeah. Somebody else said brainstorming. Brainstorming probably is going to come. Brainstorming is a part of it for sure. Brainstorming probably, but brainstorming is a little bit different. Developing ideas, basically, and we can say this in lots of there's different versions of what I'm about to say, but developing ideas is basically taking an idea and engaging someone else with that idea, being interesting with that idea. So in the case of the article, that other person is the employer who's interviewing, and they get to choose the questions. But then you are going to develop your answer in a way that makes you stand out from everyone else who applied for that job. And I'm just going to stop at that. I'm not going to explain that anymore, but I am going to ask you to think about what I've said over the next week and kind of allow that to digest. But it's basically taking an idea that you did not choose, because you didn't choose those interview questions. or Larisha, you didn't choose the topic of, we'll come up with better ways to do this one thing at our job. Someone else came up with that. But now you are thinking of ways to be engaging, to stand out from everybody else, to come up with ideas that are different from everyone else's. And in a writing class, what that basically means is that your essays don't sound like everyone else's essays in class. The ideas you're submitting, the ideas you're sharing stand out, and you are the most engaging person in the room. Very quickly, I just talked about that in the context of an English class. Can somebody tell me why that matters to you guys who are in college, who are planning on graduating and going into a career? What is the idea of developing ideas? What does it have to do with you guys looking for jobs in your career? I know that's a little bit tough. So as you guys get closer to graduation, you're going to be doing internships. You're going to be going to job fairs. You're going to be networking. You're going to go to interviews. And there are going to be lots of other people who are interviewing or turning in resumes. You want to stand out. And the job of our English class is, or all our English classes, and actually all of your humanities classes, not just English, is to help you take ideas and develop them, and to help you kind of to really work on this skill of engaging people. Because you guys might get a chance to talk to the CEO. You're going to get a chance to talk to, different managers and supervisors and people who have power. And you want to come off as engaging. And if you've learned how to be engaging in your English classes, it's going to help you in your career. I'm not looking for if that makes complete sense right now, but are you guys does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm glad. It's a concept, like I said, there's no math formula that I can give you, but it is definitely something I want you guys to start thinking about. I've already spent too much time talking. I don't like talking this much in a class. But it's something I want you guys to think about. Do you have any questions about anything I've said so far?
No.
Okay. If you don't have any questions, I want to kind of jump into the more logistics part of this course. And I don't want to spend, I'm not going to spend hopefully not more than 5 or 10 minutes on that. Are you guys ready for me to jump into like the day one logistics stuff?
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
I am.
All right, cool. Before I do that, I'm going to put another link in the chat. We're not going to talk about that right now, but it's something you're going to need. And I'll post this link in the Blackboard announcement. So I'm going to share. This is going to look a little bit funky for a second, but hold on, sorry. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you. It'll take a minute for it to come up. It'll take a minute on your end. Can you see my screen? It's my Blackboard for this class.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Yes. It takes a minute to show up when you share. So basically, I posted this very generic English department announcement on day one. I'm not going to read it to you guys because I know you know how to read. But make sure that you guys take the welcome quiz. I've noticed that most people in your class have not taken it yet. On Friday morning, I'm going to start dropping people who did not take that welcome quiz. The welcome quiz is just it's not like, life-changing. The content is not, well, I shouldn't say that because it's kind of important stuff in it, but it's really, the purpose of the welcome quiz is so that the state can manage its financial aid. You have to take a welcome quiz in every one of your Gwinnett Tech classes. They might call it something else. They might call it like a confirm attendance quiz. So make sure you've taken that quiz for all of your classes, for English 1101, for this class, for your math class, for your FYES class. Every class requires it, so please get that done. Every week I will post an announcement for the week. So right now after class, I'm going to post what your assignment is for the week. And I'll go over that assignment in just a second. And I will also post the recording for this session. We are going to try to meet live almost every week. And I know some, and I'll try to do it on different days and different times so that all of you guys with different schedules get an opportunity to join. I'm assuming Wednesday at 10 works for all of you. I'll probably do Wednesday at 10 again next week, and hope that that time is available to others. But then after that, I might change it up a little bit. If you go, this is announcements. If you go to start here, that's where the syllabus is, and that's where the welcome quiz is. If you ever want to get free tutoring on campus or online, we have that available. Everything else is just kind of there. Right now, all of these lessons are closed for you guys. I've only got lesson 1 open. I'm actually going to close lesson 2. I don't need anybody going into that just yet. When you go to developing ideas, you're actually going to see your assignment for this week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to announcements and I'm going to post the instructions. And the instructions are basically going to say, go to lessons, go to development of ideas, read this article, which I have open right here. I want you guys to read it carefully. And then I have a writing assignment for you guys, and you will submit that online. I have not put the due date yet. The due date will just be probably like the day before our next live session, but I'll add that. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording